little bit? Okay, that's good. Well, well, turn it down just a little bit. There, testing, testing. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay, here you go. I'm gonna start with, oh, there, Chris. Hey. Just initial, even though I know who you are, put your name on there in case my brain disengages. You know, have you ever had your brain disengage?
All the time.
Getting ready to pray. I know there was a lot of people going to come. We had a little bit of a trouble getting the Zoom hooked up. Hopefully, would it not be on the screen up here, the Zoom on here?
I could, yeah.
Because we need to see them if they're up there.
Although, I'm not
No?
sure they're going to have much video because I have it restricted so that I need to be able to put the,
Well, no, they
On
won't
the
see.
screen.
It doesn't matter if they don't see. Well, yeah, I see what you're saying.
because the stream needs to be able to see the
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm concerned about because when they join,
Uh-huh.
they'll pop up and like, they have
All
their
they're gonna see
camera
is
on.
me. They won't see this. will
No,
they?
they may see like, the stream may only show the other person.
See, what they need to see is
I mean,
this.
yeah, they'll see that though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then if they can ask you to ask a question, it should
Okay.
go on the speakers.
Yeah, see, I was hoping that I could see them up there so that if they had a question, I could see. You know,
Okay. I could try.
I don't know if you can. He's our wizard right now. Our top
IT
wizard.
guy.
Yeah, he's a very smart young man, but
Yeah, when I was watching the video earlier of your class,
Uh-huh.
I could see the board, I could see her, and everything.
yeah, that was just a streaming. Now we're
Yeah.
trying to do, and we might cannot do Zoom. It might be that we'll have to just do streaming. Streaming's easier, isn't it?
I can just stream. I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal
Okay.
to do both. So
That's okay.
let me find
Did you ever get your book? Okay, I got copies in case you didn't. And we're gonna do a review, but let's go ahead and start with a prayer, okay? Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for your beautiful language of Hebrew. Father, we pray that you will open my mind, let me have remembrance, and make me a teacher, Father. When we step out in faith, you equip us. And Father, we pray for everyone here that their minds will be opened and that they will be able to remember and recall what they see on the papers and on the board and what they hear. In Yeshua's name we pray. Amen. Okay. So let's just start with a review on page 5 of your book where it's number 1. Let's go back to 1 and do a review real quick. So we got bet. What does a bet sound like?
Boy.
Ba, 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 right? Ba, ba. Okay, boy, ba. Sheen, what does it sound like? Shh. Like you're trying to tell your kids or somebody. Shh. Okay. And a tav? T, t. Okay, very good. And then the two vowels that we looked at last time was a patak, and a kamatz. And there's the book has this drawn different ways, but for us, we're going to just use a T for our kamatz, kametz, however you want to pronounce it. And there is one that is like this, but only time you really use that or need to know it, it's in the rules. A lot of rules that we'll have to learn, so don't worry about it. When you write it on your papers or anything, just make a T. And that's good. A patak and a kametz, or kamatz, okay? I was hoping to do this so that the people that weren't here last time could, do the review with us, but they said they were coming. I prayed they were all right. Okay, on page 7, let's go to page 7. It says most Hebrew words are built around a combination of 3 letters called a root. You will learn 10 roots this year in Hebrew 1. And many different words can be formed from the same root by changing the vowels or adding a prefix or suffix. And words that share the same root have relatively the same meanings, or they're connected in some way to the meaning of the root. Now, Shin, Bet, Tav is our first one that we had last week. I think I like that one. And I'm going to try to start writing. I'm sorry about my wiggly hand. I've got a lot of damage to this shoulder. Shin, Bet, Tav. That is our first root. And that root meant what? You remember?
Shabbat.
It means rest or cease. Cease. Yeah, cease from work. Okay? That was the first one that we had last week. Yeah.
Do you by chance have any more graph paper?
Oh, yeah. Let me get some of that. It makes it easier to write, for
Yes.
sure. Do you need some more?
Yeah.
I'm having hard to thank you. Yep, there's your some too. All right. So the Shabbat, Shin, Bet, Tav, is a root, 3-letter root. Just about all of them are 3-letter roots, but there are a few 2-letter roots. Don't worry about it right now. But Shin, Bet, Tav. One thing with Hebrew that you'll learn is there's always, can you say always?
Always.
Exceptions to every rule. Okay? There's always exceptions to just about, I don't know of a rule that's not always. Okay. So Shin, Bet, Tav. And that also makes our first word that we had, which was Shabbat, right? And Shabbat would be, this is the root, and I believe it's a Kametz Patak, I think. Always, yeah. I'm not really good with my memory. When, the most important thing with this is that when you see it, you know what it is. Because the whole thing about Hebrew, what we're teaching, we want to make sure that eventually you'll be able to open up a Hebrew Bible and read it and understand it. That's the whole goal I had whenever I came here or started this. Okay? So just remember that. And on page 7, they have other words there. Shabbaton, Shabita, Lahashbit, Hashbata, and Shabbat. Okay. Now, let me go. Did y'all practice writing the letters? I hope you did better than I did practicing. Let's see. Let's go to page 10. Go to page 10. Okay. I want you to be confident. Even confident in your mistakes. Okay? I want you to say, when you see a word, you say, job. Don't be afraid to say it, job. And if it's not shab and it's supposed to be sheeb, don't worry about it. At least say it, just be confident, because I know I am the world's worst. And I'm not confident, but I'm working on that at home and being loud so people can see me. All right, in that first exercise there at the top, read aloud the following letters and vowel combinations. Circle the ones that sound like the English word tot. So do you see anything up at the top in that first line? It's shab, bob, but, tot. Tob, tosh. What is that one? Tot. And bosh. Okay, you see how it works? It's just, they're just getting you to recognize sounds and stuff, okay? The next one is the English word shot. So looking at there, where would be the letters that would sound like shot?
The fourth one?
Yep. Shot. And there's another one.
The third to last?
Yep. Okay. So you got two of them there. All right, the last one, bob. Do you see anything in that number 3 that has got bob? Third one, yep.
And last?
And the last one. Okay. I just want to do a review on that, and I didn't want to. Y'all can read some of this at home. You need to practice reading that. Let's go on to 2 now. Because 2, yeah?
I'm sorry, this is Melissa. I'm
Hey.
totally lost at where you are. What page are we on?
I'm going to page 12 right now,
Oh,
to the
okay,
second
I'm on
chapter.
7.
We were just doing a review. We were doing a review of the first chapter. And so now we're just going to go into chapter 2.
Okay.
Got it?
Melissa?
Hey, Melissa.
Hello.
So, we've got 3 new letters. Last week we had sheen, bet, tav. And this week, we've got lamed, mem, and mem safit. And we talked about this a little bit last week. All right, the lamed has got an L sound. The mem has got an M sound. The mem safit has the same sound of the M. Okay? So the lamed be A mem safit is only used at the end of a word. That's the only time. If you had a word and this was the last letter and they used a mem safit, but then they added a plural, put a plural on it, then it would change back to a mem. Because this is only for being the last letter of the word. It helps people recognize where is the end of the word. When you're doing a mem. There's reasons for with the scribes and stuff, the way that they write close. So we got lamed, mem, mem safit. Can you say that? What's this?
Lamed,
Mem safit. Okay. The let's go to page 13. And this will have all of the letters that we've had so far. Chris, you want to read out that first line?
B,
Yeah.
la, ma, cha, sha,
Great. Very good. We were doing the top of page 13 where they had the, right here. He just did B. You want to do C? No! Did anybody sign in? I don't think you signed in, Chantel. Here, Chantel, you sign in
Okay.
right here, and I will get Natalie to
Can
do.
you come back to me again?
Yeah, I'll get Natalie to come back.
Oh,
Natalie, do C.
M,
That's a ma.
ma, sha. Right?
Yep, go ahead.
Well, that's the L one.
Mhm. So what does the L sound like? Ah. A kometz or komat sounds like ah. So that'd be la.
La, ma,
Yep. A bet sounds like ba.
ba,
That'd be ba,
ma,
ma. That's a tav. What's a tav?
ta,
Okay. Lamed again is
la,
la. Sheen
she, la,
is sha.
sha,
Sha,
la,
la,
ma.
ma. Very good, very good. Oh, good, Chantel. You get to do 2 letters at a time plus a vowel.
Oh, I'm gonna destroy this.
Ah. Now remember, just take it one step at a time, and they're just trying to get you to practice saying the sounds, you know? I'll do the first one for you. That's bomb. That's a ba, bomb.
Okay.
Okay? So now you go on. What's a sheen sound
Sham.
like? Sham, exactly. Yep,
No.
yep, lam. It's a miss, a B. That's right, go ahead. You're doing it. Tom.
Tom.
Mm-hmm. All right, the mem is a what's a batak? The batak is a, what sound does it make? Ah, ah. And the mem safit makes the sound of a So that would be mom.
Mom.
Mhm.
Okay.
So try it with the same thing with a bet. Bet, batak, mem. What would safit?
Them.
That would be a
The
bum. It's a ah sound. Bum.
Bum.
Mhm. Now do the lamed.
Okay, so with the little line underneath it.
That's a
it makes-
batak. That's the ah sound.
Okay, so. Mom?
Yes, that's right. Long.
Okay.
Now the last one. And the last one has a kometz under it, and it is the same, has the same sound, ah. Because last week we just did the 2 ahs.
Okay.
So, mom, exactly. Do you feel like you want to try something now, Chris, for E?
E,
Mm-hmm.
B, ball,
Mm-hmm.
ball,
Yep.
shawl,
Yes.
call,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
mom,
Yes.
mush, lush.
Yes. Very good. I like the way you do it. It helps you see how the sounds are doing it that way. Very good. Very good. You think you're ready?
Oh man, no, no, not at all. But I'll try.
Mhm.
Ball.
No, you go to number F. The first
Okay.
one in F is what?
Okay, that's a lamed, right?
Yes.
So that's lot,
Lot.
lot,
it's a mem, kametz, tav. So what is a mem? What's
Tom.
a mem? Oh, Tom. Yeah, that's right, Tom. Now what does the lamet, patat, and mem safit say? Lamet,
No.
lam. Okay. Then you've got the mem, patak, mem safit,
Mom.
mom.
And then Lamed with a shin, so la,
It's lash. Now what's the last one? It's that sh. So it'd be lash, lash. And then the mem, ah, and shin, what would that be?
Lash. Lish.
No, with the mem. Mem, mash. Okay. Then a lamed, a patak, and a bet.
So lam.
Lab,
Lam.
lab. L, it's lab, lab. Okay. Now the very last one.
Also tab.
The very last one of F. Look on your paper. What is that?
That's a mem.
Okay.
So and a bet.
Mm-hmm.
So mem.
Is, well, what, the patak underneath the mem. What does,
Mom.
mob. That's what it comes out to. Okay.
Oh, I need to practice these.
Yeah, you have to practice them at home. Just, it may sound funny to you, but if you don't practice, it's going to be hard to get up to this. Let's do a few more. How about you, Chantel? Do G. Bomb. All right, that's got two commits on it. So what would be the first vowel and the consonant and the vowel sound together? The bet and the commits, what would those two say together? Ba. All right, just the first two. The bet and the commits together would be a ba. All right, then the mem and the commits would be a ma. So that would be ba ma, because it's two separate syllables. Ba ma.
Okay.
All right, now try the bet. Bala. Bala. Okay. Uh-huh. All right, what is baba? It's babal. Babal. Because it's two different. See, if you were gonna this is when it's good to where you write them out. All right, if you got a bet, ba. The second one have a commits under it. I don't know. I know it's a lamed there.
Yeah, it's that.
Commits. Okay. Okay. If you were going to write this to where divide it up so you would know how to syllable, you would just put a pencil line through here. And there is ba. You could do B-A or B-A-H. This is B-A-L. You can say ba. So it'd be ba, ball. Ba, ball. But when you see words that are where they've got more than one syllable, if you would divide it, it'll be a whole lot easier for you to be able to read it, okay?
So that's like a hard, fast rule, like you would divide it from the first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I can show you, all right, let me see, number H, Hammam is the 1, 2, 3, 4th one. Hammam, or Tamam, that's Tamam. I look at things wrong myself sometimes. Tamam. Get my book. Okay. So, you've got your tet and your mem and your mem safit. And I always do that. I have to come back to the line out there. Okay, so the ta has got a kametz under it, and the mem has got a kametz under it. You would divide it. Here is the consonant and the vowel, so you would divide it there. This is a consonant and a vowel, but they've got that mem safit that doesn't have a vowel, so you have to add these two together. Now, if it had a vowel, you would divide it. If there was another vowel here, you would divide it here. And that'd be ta, ma, ma. Ta. But since there is no vowel in there, you just combine them. And you say ta, ma, mum, ta, mum. So that would be ta. I don't know that my white is working good. Sorry for you at home. Ta, mum. Ta, mum. Does that help a little bit to break it up? Always go through when you're doing these at home and separate the vowels. All right. Let's do another one.
Judy,
Yeah?
I'm sorry to interrupt. What color marker are you using right now?
What color you need?
Well, I was wondering if you have a black one because the board looks completely white. I can't
Okay.
see one single thing on
Okay.
there.
No problem. Let me find a black one.
So I thought maybe black would show up better.
Okay, good. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Okay, now let's try another one. Let's look at I. 1, 2, 3. Well, the 4th one. Shalom. Okay? You got, what is this? I do it like I normally do. What is that? And it's sh, right? And if you had, what is that? A patak. Patak. Okay? So then the next one is a lamed. I'm sorry, I was going to ask you. Do you know what this is? The kametz. And then, what is this?
Mem safit.
Mem safit. All right. So that's, you would divide the word here. And since there's no vowel here, you combine these. Now, what word have you got? Shalom. So just break it up. Shalom. It makes it real easy when you divide it up. Now, let's put a monkey in the wrench. Let's just try this before I go farther. What is that? Look up here.
Sheen.
A sheen? What does it sound like? See, this is why these things are good. What is that? It's a bet, but you know, a bet and top, there's things that can look almost the same. It's a bet, but because it does not have a dash in it, we talked about that last week. It's called a bet. Bet and bet. It's in your list of alphabets in the back. Bet, or wherever it is. Y'all's books are different than mine. So that would be called, if you were doing a root, it would be called a bet. I know that's confusing. But if you're doing a root, it would be called a bet. But if you had it in a word and it did not have a dash in it, you would pronounce it as a the. The. Okay, now there's your bet. And it's ba, right? I don't know if you've had that one yet. That is a sin. Sin. And it sounds like a S. Sin, says. That's the one that you haven't had yet, but it's a combination. Now, there's the one that you were thinking. There's the tav. Okay? And there's a tav with a dagesh in it. And there'll be differences. You'll learn that later. But it's still a tav. It's still pronounced as a t, 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 t. You'll see them with and without the dagesh in it, okay? And there's reasons for it, but you'll find out that in a few years, okay? All right, now, what's that? A mem safit. A mem safit. And what is this? This is the final mem. It's the final M or mem, okay? Let's see what this is. Oh, there, what is that? That's a mem. It doesn't look quite like what we draw with the block letters, but you've got to be able to recognize it because when you read your Bible, it's not going to look like our block letters anyway. Okay, so that's a mem, and it sounds like right? Let's see what this is. Lamed. And what does it sound like? Okay. L. You haven't had that one yet. What is that? That's the kametz. Kamatz. Either way you want to say it. Kametz. And it's but I'm not going to get into variations yet. And then what is that? That's the patak. And it's got the right? Okay. Now, let's go to your book at the bottom of 13. We've got 2 new vowels. 2 new vowels. Go. Now, when you say this, you have to do it holam malay. Holam malay. It's a vav with a dagesh on top. And it makes the sound of O. Okay? They use the word here as flow. That's a holam, let's say holam malay. Okay, then there's a holam hasher, which is just an O. Okay, this would come, all right, here would be your letter. Any letter of the Hebrew alphabet. The holam hasher is up to the top left corner. A holam malay stands alone with its own. Both of them sound like O. O. Like blow. Okay? Holam malay. Holam hasher. Okay? What is this? Let's say it over and over so you remember. Holam malay. Holam hasher. Holam malay. Holam hasher. If you say it at least 3 times, holam malay. Holam hasher. And it helps you remember it. Believe it or not, it really does. There's a magic thing about 3 and 7 and 12. I wonder what that is. Okay. Let's go to page 14. And we're going to do some practice reading with the holam Holam Malay, and the Holam Hasher. Okay? You feel like reading, Chantel? Go to A.
I'm still right.
That's
still
okay.
notating. So we're
On page 14, at the top of the page.
okay,
That's a, what is that letter there? That's a bet, okay? And that in that corner would be a Holam,
a share.
yeah, Hasher. It's
A share. Share. And
No, what is the Holam Hasher, what noise does it make? What's the sound of it? Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, you got it right. Oh.
Okay.
So with a but and an O, what does it sound like?
Bow.
Bow.
Okay.
yeah.
Bow.
All right, now you've got a bet and a Holam Malay. Holam Malay. What does it sound like? Don't be afraid. Just bow. Again. All right, the Holam, remember? The Holam Malay and the Holam Hasher both sound like O. O. So it doesn't matter which one you got, it's going to be O. So the third one there, the mem, yeah, okay. Now what would that one be, Chantel? What would be the,
So the third one is Mo.
yep. And what's the next one?
Also Mo.
Yep. Now, the ta and the Holam
Toe.
toe. Uh-huh. Go to the next one.
Toe. Toe.
Yep. So the lamed,
Low.
low,
Low.
low. Now, that looks a little funny, doesn't it? But it's the same thing that the others. The sheen, you know, has got the guess right there. But, what is that? Holam Hasher. Because you actually, the spelling of it, I want to make sure I spell it right up here. Holam Hasher. And that's the, like you're clearing your throat. Holam Hasher, Holam Malay. Okay, and both of them sound like, what letter?
Oh.
O. Yeah.
Judy,
Yes, dear.
I'm sorry, I have a question. I've got written down in here that, and I saw you wrote it the same, the Haser, is it Haser or Hasher? Is there an H there?
There might be. Let me see. No, on my paper here it's got Chaser.
So it's
I think
Haser?
You know, what is the paper in with your? Let me see about my vowel papers. Where they are at. My.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Look on your book. Yeah, this. Oh, I didn't do the back of it, did I? Melissa, in your book where you have this, there's also on the back of it, I think, should be the vowels.
Okay.
All right, here's the vowels. Yeah, it's C-H-A-S-E-R. Hasher. Hasher. I might be, the E is like a seagull, and it's eh. If you were going to write it out, Holam is C-H-O-L, and it's got A-M. Okay, I got it right. But anyway,
So it does make an SH sound?
yeah, it's
Hasher.
Hasher, Hasher, the E is really, sounds like a Segoe. Hasher. Holam Hasher.
Okay.
It's the E that makes the sh. Sounds like a Segoe. This, for y'all's information, a Segoe is this. You will see it next week, I think. That's a Segoe. And it has a sound. Eh.
So this last one here on the first line, would that be show as well?
What line are you on now?
Page 14?
14 and da.
The shin and the Holamale.
I'm backwards and I'm having a hard time seeing which one you're at. Oh, okay, yeah. No, yeah, that's a show.
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 Okay.
Show. Now, so that would be show, and the one in B where it had the sheen, that is show. Okay. Let's drop down to C. Chris, you want to do C? Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Are you hearing at home how he's doing that, Melissa?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Are you hearing, I know doesn't have a microphone, but are you hearing how he's going through the letters to help him pronounce them?
Oh, yes, I can
Okay.
the sound is really good.
Okay, I just want to make sure you heard. I'm not sure what you get to hear on there. Okay. So it says, when the vowel Holam Hasher is followed by the letter Sheen, only one dot is used for both the letter and the vowel. Now, when the vowel Holam Malay is followed by the letter Sheen, each has its own dot. Now, what it's saying is, what is the rule about consonant vowel? What is that rule? Most of the time, if you got a consonant, most of the time, if you got a consonant, you're going to have a vowel, right? Consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. So let me show you something here, what it's. I'm looking at E on page 14. The very first one, let me get this off here. Okay, the very first one, you got your mem, right? And your sheen. There's your sheen. Do you see a vowel there? You do? Now, what would be this word, Chris?
That would be mosh.
Mush. That's right. Because the sheen, this little dagesh here, it's being used for the sheen and for the vowel. Because you have to have a consonant vowel. There's your consonant, there's the vowel. And then this is the consonant. So if you do not see a vowel underneath a letter, look up and see if you see any kind of markings. Because it could be that it's being combined with the next letter somehow. Or even, sometimes it's hard to, you just miss it the way it's written. Another one. Try the mem. No, I'm not gonna do that one. That's not good. All right, let's look at another one here. And so what's that word, Natalie? What's that word?
The top and the
Okay. And you have to have a consonant and a vowel. So where's the vowel for the top?
there's not,
So where would,
top. It would be on the next one.
so how would you say that?
Shop.
Tosh. That's how you'd say it. It'd be one syllable, tosh. Because there's nothing here. So it'd be one, you would combine it. That would be the vowel for the top. And you'd be
With the old sound.
tosh. Tosh. Do you see that? If you remember that there's a consonant vowel, except at the end of the word, there may not be a vowel, but consonant vowel when you're going through the words and you're dividing it up. If you don't see a hulamalay or a hulamashare, then you know the sheen has got the O in it. Okay? Because you'll never see two consonants side by side without a vowel in between them. All right? Remember that. Okay. So now you've learned the letters and the vowels that spell their next Jewish vocabulary word. I wished I would write it like it was in the book, but I hadn't. So what is that word? All right, let's break it up. There is a syllable, and this doesn't have a vowel, so you combine these. This is one sound, and this is one sound. So what does this sound make? Put it like that, if it helps you. Now what's this? A lamed, right? And it sounds like a L. What's this? O. And what's this? Loam. Loam. Right? Loam. Shalom. Isn't that nice? Shalom, y'all.
Very nice.
Shalom, y'all. So it really doesn't have the H in it when you're going to write it out, but shalom, y'all. So that's your next vocabulary word is shalom. And what we say around here all the time is, you'd have to go to this side, is, what's this word here that we had last week?
Shabbat.
Shabbat. So, what is that? Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
shalom. Shabbat shalom. So now we've learned our first little greeting that we
I gotta
have.
take a picture of this. Hold on.
Shabbat shalom. Now at the bottom of 14, Psalm 34:15, the Hebrew word for peace often appears in the Bible in our prayer book. And see if you can find shalom in that bottom little prayer there. Look at-
14?
Yeah, at the bottom of 14 where it says key, quote, Hebrew key, quote. Can you find a word in there that says peace?
The second to last?
Yep. And what is that?
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Okay. So when you can recognizing things, the whole thing. Now let's go to page 15. So you got Shabbat, and you got up here at the top of page for your root, you got a Shin, a Lamed, a Mem Sophi. That is your next root. A Shin, a Lamed, a Mem Sophi. Okay? When you write a root, you always put that in between. Now, when I did my cards lots of times, when I was first learning what the letters, and I put that with these cards, think of it, I would always write underneath each letter what it was to help me remember what it was. I don't know if that's a T, E, or I. I'm not sure I got that right. But anyway, it's an I. I think it is too. So when you do your card, your Shin, Lamed, and a Mem Sophi. On the back of it, you would put completion or wholeness. The root isn't exactly what the word says. You know, shalom is peace. But the root means completion or wholeness. And that's kind of when they say shalom, they want a piece, a whole piece, you know, everything in you piece. So the word shalom therefore means that more than just an absence of warfare and violence, it implies a wholeness, a lack of fragmentation, a spiritual completeness. There are many expressions in Jewish life that utilize the word shalom, like our Shabbat shalom. Did you want to say something, Melissa?
Oh, sorry, no, I cleared my throat. I didn't know I had my mic on.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. And let's see. In addition to the Shabbat greeting of the Shabbat Shalom, there's an expression, Rafua Shalema. Rafua Shalema. And this book has not yet introduced all the letters, so anyway, it's Rafua Shalema. It's a complete healing, which one wishes to all of those who are ill. So if you knew somebody was sick, you could say, Rafua Shalema. Sure. Yeah, that you're getting close. Yeah, that's what the healing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So when suffixes are added to the root letter, the Mem Sophi is no longer the last word, and it would change back to the Mem. We said that a while ago, right? Now you can look at these words down here below, where they've had suffixes and prefixes added to them. The first one is shalem, 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 the shalom, la shalem, la hashlim, mushlam, shalemot, moot, shalemot, shalomot. Okay, and that's Solomon. Shalomot is Solomon's name. Okay, go to page 16. Let's try these little things here. These are different prayers. So we're going to look and find the shalom in these little prayers down here. And it's actually got the number of occurrences beside each one. The Oseh Shalom, it's got 2 occurrences. So who wants to tell me where the 2 occurrences are? Okay,
The second one and the fourth to last.
yes, on that first line. Very good. All right. Somebody else tell me tell me some of them in Shalom Aleichem. Aleichem. Do you see Shalom in there?
I see shalom on the first
Mhm.
line.
The very first word in the first line. Where else did you see it? There's supposed to be 7 occurrences.
In this prayer here.
Yes.
So on the third line, the second letter,
Yes. That's right. It's La Shalom. La Shalom. Even though it's got a prefix in front of it,
The third to last on that same line.
yes, and that's Hashalom. Hashalom, the peace. All right? And it's the same thing in the next 4th and 5th line. It's the La Shalom and the Hashalom in both of those. All right, look down at the bottom on this Shalom Ra. Where do you see the Shalom in there?
First word.
Yep. Now go to the next line. Who can,
4th one.
yep, Hashalom. Then the 4th line. It's a little bit harder to see, but it's there.
The 6th one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Bishlomecha. Bishlomecha. Okay, and then the last line, where's it at?
The last word.
Yep, the last word. Bashalom. Okay. So now the page 17 shows you how to write it in block. Like we don't do the cursive or anything, we just learn the block letters. So y'all practice doing the mem safit, the lamed, the holam malay, and the holam hasher. Okay, y'all practice that for when we come back. Because y'all gonna have, it's gonna be with the code in there, it's gonna be 3 weeks before we get back. 2 weeks and 27. Okay, let's look at the exercises on page top of 18. Top of 18. Just look at number 1 first and look at the words, the English words, and find the Hebrew letters that makes that sound. Mom. Which one there would make mom? Yeah, the middle one. It's the mem, the patak, and the mem safit. That's mom. Okay? What makes, did y'all see that too?
Wait, show me again.
Okay.
Are we circling?
Mom, yeah, you can circle or draw a line.
Oh, okay, I see.
Okay? Now, if you go to the next word, mold, which one would be mold? The bottom one. So draw a line from mold to the bottom one. And then the last word is bald. That would be the top one, wouldn't it? Bald. Now do the same thing on the 3 to the right of that. Just go ahead and mark them and then we'll go over them. Won't take you long. Bum, Total, and Tom. Tom's not here today. I wonder what happened to him.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if Tom could know how to spell his name.
All right, the bum, it starts with a buh sound. So which word to the right, the English letters over there would make that buh sound? The middle one, right? It's bet, kametz, mem safit. bone. All right, toe. What letters to the right would make the toe?
The bottom one.
The bottom one, right. That's a tav, a holam hasher, and a lamed. That is, I mean, it's a holam malay, sorry. A tav, holam malay, and a lamed is toe. So then tom would be
The first
the first one. The tav, the kamet, and the mem safit. That makes the same sound as tom. And when you're transliterating, you're actually, well, no, transliterating is where you're writing the Hebrew into English so you could pronounce it. But if you were interpreting it and wrote Tom, that's what it would be like, you know. Just easy. Okay, now these here, the Hebrew consonants and vowel combinations sound like the following English words. There is more than one possibility for each word. You know why there's more than one possibility for each word? They make the same sound, but they're different letters. They're different vowels. So even though it will look different, it will sound the same way. So I think I'm going to let y'all go through that. For next time we come together, I want you to do the exercises there on 2, 3, and 4. And 4 goes all the way to the top of page 19, okay? And then we'll go into chapter 3, okay?
So, and 17 too, right? You want us to practice
Yes, the 17, make sure that you are practicing
writing the block.
writing the block letters. Exactly.
I have a random question. What kind of pens would they use to write the Hebrew lettering?
I don't know. I've seen them do it, but I don't know what it's called. It's like a calligraphy
pen? Okay.
things that I've seen them do. But now a long time ago, they probably used feathers,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
But what I've seen online was with calligraphy, and it's very tedious, very hard. And that's why if you went to buy one of these Torah scrolls, it's very expensive.
I'm using a boulder point pen, like a kind of a marker, and it's kind of helping.
Yeah,
I don't know what it,
that's a nice pen.
I don't know what,
'Cause it's like
It helps you
nice
see it
one.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judy,
Yes.
if I remember correctly, Donna told me that that Torah scroll is pre-Holocaust. The big one?
Well,
It's
now,
pre-Holocaust.
was it I knew it. I think I was told, and it's probably all the same thing. I don't know. I was told that it made it through the Holocaust, so it was in the Holocaust or something through the Holocaust. So yeah, it would be pre-Holocaust.
Yes, and that it cost $52,000 and somebody donated it.
Yeah, they just
That's
donated.
why we don't open it, because it's very old and getting kind of brittle, and they don't want to ruin it, so they use a smaller one for opening up every week, but they rarely open the other one just because it is so old now, it's getting kind of brittle.
I think that they open it up every once in a while just to move it a little bit so that it doesn't
Yes.
stick or something, but they don't really open it up to do much with it. And they usually do that when nobody's around and, you know, to keep it. Have y'all got any questions about what we've gone over today? Do you need more practice?
For sure.
Okay, do you know, the best thing to do is just go through them. What's that? A sheen. What's this? A bet. What's this? Top. What's this? What's this? Then safit. and then, what's this? A mem. What's this? No.
Oh,
Olam
Cholam
Hashem,
Hasher.
Olam Malay,
Cholam Malay. So just keep going back. What is this?
Shin,
Shin. Bet.
Tav,
Tav.
Lamed, Mem Safi, Mem, Olam Hashem, Olam Malay,
What's this line?
Shin,
No, what's this little line under here? That's a patak. What's this? Kamet, kamet, yeah. And so if you said it, it would be Shabbat. And of course, if you added in the vowels with this, it would be Shalom. Those are your two words, Shabbat, Shalom. I hear your little wild animals out there.
Sorry, he was sleeping and all of a sudden the car went by and he went crazy. Sorry.
That's all right. Well, I don't know where everybody's at, but I hate that they didn't make it. I only see, well, there's 3 on there. I don't know. Maybe somebody else is seeing it. Okay. Any more questions? You want to just go back over it again? Sheen, Bet, Tav, Lamed, Mem Safi, Mem, Cholam Hasher, Cholam Malay. What's that?
always repeat that one.
Patak. What's this one? Kametz. Patak, kametz. Patak, kametz. And what do they make? They make an ah sound. And these vowels, Cholam Hasher, Cholam Malay, they make an O sound. Right? And the only way to learn this is go over it and over it and over it. And then do your practices that you have in your book. I mean, when you're at home just sitting around, you know, at the TV or something, just pull out your little cards. Are y'all going to make the cards?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get cards. I think that will help. a lot.
Yeah. Make your own. That's what, so you don't have to buy them.
You're right.
I've got plenty more of these, when I bought these, I thought they were thicker than this. But I like the thicker ones because I handle them so much. But they work until you can get some thicker ones, you know. Any other questions? No?
So the next time we will meet is.
Okay. Let me get my calendar out here. I think it's the 22nd or 23rd. If anybody sees my top to this, it must have dropped and went somewhere.
If I find it, I'll put it on there later. I'm staying.
I don't fall. I think it's the 20.
Third.
Yeah, I think it is. Let's see. Calendar. So there'll be Sukkot for the 9th and 16th and the 23rd will be the Hebrew 1 class, 23rd.
Oh, the Donnie came too, no?
No. At 2:30.
Oh, so cute.
So bad.
Oh, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Put it on my phone too.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 10 months.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He's very hyper.
I hope Vicky's been able to listen to this sometime.
Are you guys all going to? this
No,
one?
I'm not. Are y'all going?
No, I can't. You going?
I'm gonna stop this now, Melissa, since we're through really.
Okay, goodbye everybody.
Goodbye. And you can go ahead and
I'm
look up,
sorry, I have a question. I'm sorry. When was the next class you said?
the 23rd,
23rd. Okay. Thank you.
do the
Bye-bye.
exercises I was talking about, and go ahead and look in chapter 3. And if you feel like doing any of the exercises in chapter 3, go ahead. Okay? So that we can get on down the road. Let me stop this.